Will you please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem? Please be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and the staff, I welcome you to the 2017 Winter Commencement Exercises at Henderson State University. We're pleased that you have joined us today as we celebrate the achievements of this graduating class. Please join me for a moment of silence as we give thanks for our many blessings this year and for these special graduates gathered here this morning. Amen. Commencement is always a time of excitement at the university for the graduates, their families, and their friends. I congratulate all of the graduates who are assembled here this morning. I know this occasion will be a memorable one for each of you. This is indeed a milestone event in your lives, and we commend you. We all see and feel the excitement as you complete this phase of your lives and look forward to the future that awaits you. Additionally, I want to thank you for choosing Henderson and persisting to graduation. We know you had many choices prior to enrolling, and I'm certain that the past few years have confirmed that you made the best choice. For 127 years, Henderson has been making a difference in the lives of students and their families. As a public regional university, our first responsibility remains to the students of our region and our state. And to demonstrate the importance of Henderson and our impact, I'm going to ask two questions that require participation from our graduates and from our faculty. First and foremost, to our graduates, if you're the first person in your family to earn a college degree, will you please stand to be recognized? And to our faculty and staff, if you're the first person in your family to earn a degree, will you please stand to be recognized as well? Finally, there's one other very special group of people who should be recognized at this time. If you are the parent or a family member of one of our graduates here today, will you please stand to be recognized? On behalf of Henderson State University, we thank you for the support and encouragement that you've offered our graduates during our time on our campus. This morning, we're pleased to be joined by members of the Henderson State University Board of Trustees. Present today are Mr. Brown Hardman, Ms. Deborah Nolan, and Mr. Ross Whipple, all of Arkadelphia, Mr. Johnny Hudson and Bruce Moore, who serves as our chair from Little Rock, and Mr. Mike Myers of Conway. These individuals are charged and appointed by the governor of the state and are charged by law with the responsibility for overseeing the university. They give freely of their time and resources, and they serve because they love Henderson State University. I personally wish to thank them for the guidance and support they provide to me on a daily basis. Please join me in acknowledging our Board of Trustees. Also present with us today are the senior leaders of our institution. They are Dr. Brett Powell, Vice President for Finance and Administration, Ms. Jennifer Boyette, Vice President for University Advancement, Ms. Elaine Kneebone, General Counsel, and Dr. Steve Atkinson, our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Please join me in thanking these individuals for their service to the university. The presenting party also includes Dr. Celia Taylor, our Dean of Teachers College, Dr. Nathan Campbell, Associate Dean of the School of Business, and Dr. Ken Taylor, Vice Provost and Dean of the Graduate School. And our public address announcer for today is Mr. Greg Gibson. Please join me in acknowledging these individuals as well. At this time, I would like to recognize the Henderson staff, a group of people who work very hard to ensure our university functions smoothly, but whose efforts often are unknown or unseen by those who benefit from their efforts. Obviously, they are essential to everything that we do here today, and please join me in acknowledging the Henderson State University staff for their efforts. The faculty of any university largely determines the quality of the education found therein. They are indeed the core of the university, and we are blessed to have an outstanding faculty and dedicated faculty here at Henderson State University. Students, will you please join me in acknowledging the efforts of our faculty over the course of your academic year? To our faculty. It's now my pleasure to call upon Dr. Steve Atkinson, our Provost, to provide remark and to introduce the presenters for the faculty charge and the student response. Dr. Atkinson.
Good morning. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. I know that all of you here are just as proud as we are of these fine people and are as eager to congratulate them as we are. I would, though, like to ask that as our graduates' names are called, that you try to keep your joy at their graduation from getting too loud, so that interferes with our ability to hear the names of all of our graduates. We'll have plenty of time at the end of the ceremony for all the loud congratulations you care to offer. I'm pleased now to introduce you all to a long-standing and honored tradition at Henderson State University, the faculty charge to our graduating students and the corresponding student response. This faculty charge reflects the great pride we feel in the accomplishments of our students and the great promise that they hold for our communities and our society as graduates of this great institution. Our graduates today will join this long tradition of fulfilling that promise, a tradition demonstrated daily by our past graduates. In fact, President Jones himself, as well as Elaine Kneebone, our general counsel, once stood themselves before our faculty to respond to this charge as proud Henderson graduates. It's my pleasure to introduce to you now Dr. Patrick Wimpy, who has been selected to deliver today's faculty charge. Dr. Wimpy.
Thank you, President Jones and the Board of Trustees, and thank you, Dr. Stanley and the Hyper faculty for allowing me to present this. There's a quote from the great football coach Vince Lombardi that states, "It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up." I've always looked at life from that perspective. I'm originally from a small farming community in northwest Iowa, and when I was in school, I struggled greatly with the academic side of things. Later on, it was found that I had dyslexia. And prior to that, I heard from a lot of people, a lot of teachers that are still in my same small town that always said I wouldn't turn out to be much. And I wanted to prove them wrong for the most part. Okay, but there was always one person. There's always that one person in your life that's made that significant impact, that's always believed in you, always trusted in you, and that was my mom. My mom was a public educator, and she spent 30 plus years in public schools. She even taught in a one-room classroom in South Dakota, and she always was there. She shaped my character. She gave me the intrinsic drive to be successful. But you never know where life is going to take you. If you told me in January of 1991, as I was looking off of the aft deck of the USS Tarawa, looking onto the coast of Kuwait, that one day I'd be giving a faculty charge at a university graduation, I might have thought you were a little crazy, just to say the least. But as I said, you never know where life is going to take you if you prepare properly. Through proper guidance and preparation, you can achieve whatever you want. When I was at the University of South Dakota, I took a college algebra class. Now with my dyslexia, with a combination of numbers and letters, that was always a struggle for me. So one support structure that I had was I went to what's called Student Support Services. When I go to Student Support Services, then I would log in and they would take down the number of hours I would study for an exam. And they did this so that the tutors would get compensated. Later on, one of the directors, his name is Billy James, she came to me and she said, "Do you realize that you're averaging 60 to 65 hours of study time per exam?" I just knew that that's what it took to be successful and to be able to get through that class. I wasn't going to have anyone tell me that I couldn't do something. All right. Now, I've always looked at life as a set of chapters. Now, each of you have had a chapter in your life, some of you more than others, that you've had your childhood, you've had your high school experience, and now your college experience. Now, one thing I want to ask is, what's next for you? Part of your experience, okay? So I'm sure that there's been ups and downs during your college experience. And I always used to look at life in this perspective that if everything was just easy all the time, then what fun would that be? That if just getting a college degree was just easy, everyone would have it. Each of you have had to persevere. Each of you have had to go through trials. And I really think that sometimes some of those failures shape who we are. There's an author, her name is Angela Lee Duckworth. She wrote a book called Grit and the Passion and Perseverance. Stated that academic achievement is the motivational and psychological perspective. Stated that one characteristic emerged as a predictor of success. It wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, it wasn't physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was what she referred to as grit. Having that grit. Grit is passion, it's perseverance for very long-term goals. Each of you earning your degree, this is, I would guess, is one step towards a multitude of goals that you're going to have throughout the course of your life. Grit is having stamina. It's sticking with your future day in and day out. And grit is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Okay, just because you've earned your degree doesn't mean that you stop. Okay, you continue to persevere. And one of the ideas that came from grit came from a professor named Dr. Carol Dweck at Stanford University. It was called growth mindset. It's the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort. I just want to repeat that. It's not fixed. It can change with your effort. What you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. So, according to the Wall Street Journal, the average number of careers a person has in their life is between 7 and 10. Now, there's can be a lot of analysis of why that is, but I think one of the reasons is for each of you being able to find your passion. What are you passionate about? If you're passionate about what you do, then you're not going to work very much throughout your professional career. It's your passion. It's what you are called to do. And finding that passion is sometimes what drives us intrinsically. Whatever that passion is, whether it's to make a lot of money, whether it's to help a group of people, to be a mentor for someone, whatever that is, just strive for it and be passionate about that. And I encourage you to be able to do that. Now, my question and challenge for each of you is, what does the next chapter look like? Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do something. With me growing up having dyslexia and people telling me what I could and couldn't do, I lived to prove them wrong and to be passionate about what I am intrinsically. So, go make it happen. With the grit behind it, don't accept being average or complacent. Go out, be a leader, be a trailblazer for that passion in your life. Blessings to each of you. And I will be the first to say congratulations to each of you. And most of all, welcome to the Ready family. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wimpy. I would now like to introduce Mr. Alan Hall, who has been selected to offer today's student response. Mr. Hall.
All right, everybody can see me over the podium, right? All right. I would like to start by thanking President Jones, the Board of Trustees, our highly dedicated faculty and administration, friends, families, and of course, my fellow graduates. It is an absolute honor to stand before you all this morning as we celebrate the conclusion of one of the most pivotal chapters in our lives. It was a very humbling moment when I found out that Dr. Lynn Stanley had chosen me to speak on behalf of the graduate class of 2017 at Henderson State University. Me, Alan Hall, the little fella from O'Fallon, Missouri, whose initial purpose of coming to Henderson was to hit a round ball with a round bat, was now being asked to lead the student charge at commencement in front of hundreds of qualified scholars. After gladly accepting the offer, I kept asking myself one question: why me? It's not like I'm a professional motivational speaker that's here to change your life, or a CEO of some Fortune 500 company that can stand up here and give you career advice on how to be rich. I'm just a 23-year-old baseball coach in college debt who still tries to convince himself daily that he's about to hit a growth spurt. But that simple yet powerful question remained the only thing on my mind. Why did they choose me? Like Dr. Wimpy said, you never know where life will take you. My journey to this day, like majority of yours, began about 4 or 5 years ago. I walked on at Longview Community College in Kansas City, where I played 2 seasons and received my associate's degree. It was summer 2015 when Coach Hooten gave me the opportunity to attend Henderson State and join the Reddy family. And that was the best decision I ever made in my life. I had never heard of our school, nonetheless ever even been to Arkansas. I just knew that Reddy's baseball had finished 4th in the nation, we were getting a brand new turf field, and I wanted to be a part of whatever was going on down in this town known as Arkadelphia. For the first time in my life, I felt wanted, a sense of belonging, and was able to represent a group with much greater substance than myself, kind of like today. I almost felt like I made it, and that's where I went wrong. Like hitting, or life in general, right when you think you make it, right when you think you have it all figured out, life slaps you in the face and reels you back in. All was going smooth as a Reddy when one random swing in practice broke my hand. Woe me. Putting an end to my junior season, done. I was crushed. It felt like everything I'd worked for just went to waste. Life threw me a curveball, and I buckled. I felt bad for myself. Surgery put me out 3 to 4 months, and that's right when my perspective of life started to change. I decided that everything that happened to me was a part of God's plan, and that all I could do is control the controllable. I found beauty in the struggle, and learned it's not your failures that define you, but you're defined by the adversity you overcome. I learned to become comfortable being uncomfortable. My mindset was revamped, and because of that, it made my senior year one with 0 regrets. So, you ask, how does this story relate to our situation today? Think back to the sleepless nights, writing your 10, 20-page research papers, studying for those 3 tests you had that week while only eating ramen noodles. Your GPA and scholarship are on the line, and oh yeah, rent is due in the morning. Was it hard? Absolutely. But who wants easy? That's exactly what makes walking across this stage today so precious, that it wasn't easy, that it was a challenge. Your whole life, people have told you if you want to be somebody, if you want to get a job, start a career, a family, and live happily ever after, you better get that college education. So you're good, right? We're here. You get that piece of paper and we've made it. Life is about to be smooth sailing. Wrong. Today, we get that diploma and walk right out into the real world where we are guaranteed nothing. We have to earn our way. Like when Henderson burnt down in 1914 and all the students had the option to leave, fully reimbursed, attend another college, fully paid for, or stay back, help rebuild the campus, and build the Reddy spirit. They stuck around and earned an education, just like you did. You earned yours today. I will leave you with this. How you do anything is how you do everything. All you control is your drive, your demeanor, and your relentless passion and love to conquer whatever challenge you are faced, small or large. Don't be afraid to fail. Maximize the hand that you've been dealt. Be the energy you wish to attract. Smile, love, and listen. Just because we are all done with school doesn't mean we're done learning yet. You can make a positive difference in someone else's life, and that's priceless. We know that the last 4 years at Henderson State did not secure us any amount of money or future success, but what it has done is prepared us for anything that life throws our way. We learned how to make the most of our experience, and that there are no little things, and to take pride in being ready. That simple question I kept asking myself early on, why me? Instead, all along I should have been asking myself, what each and every one of you should be asking yourselves every day, is why not me? Why not you? Why not us? Because that, my friends, is the ready spirit. We are Henderson State University, the school with the heart. Why not us? Thank you.
Well spoken, Mr. Hall. Your response leaves no doubt that you and your colleagues stand ready to fulfill the charge with which our faculty have invested you all. Thank you. And now the part of our commencement that you all have been working so hard and so long toward. Dr. Jones. Dr. Ken Taylor, Vice Provost and Dean of our graduate school, please come forward to present our graduate candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Atkinson. Will the candidates for the educational specialist and master's degree please stand at this time? Everybody. We need everybody to stand. Thank you. Dr. Jones, on behalf of the graduate faculty at Henderson State University, I present to you the candidates for the educational specialist and master's degree. Will the candidates please come forward?
Educational specialist, Larry Rooks. George Gregory Wertenberger. Master of Arts in Teaching, Olivia Jalynn Biggs. Jill Cherie Bowie. Autumn Nicole Kurtner. Sarah L. Hart. Heather Nicole Johnson. Elisa Renee Lambert. Eric Rayford Lennox. Autumn Kaufman Pope. Cheryl Renee White. Courtney Joanne Witt. Master of Business Administration, Tina Marie Barker. Jan Demores Rocha. Courtney Michelle G. Javon M. Harris. Kirsten Danielle James. Frida Ruth Miller. Terry Lee Nichols, Jr. Bianca Noel Porter. Christian Noel Rittenauer. Sasha Viridiana Zavala Rios. Master of Science, Crystal Renee Burks. Caleb Andrew Daniel. Ashley Lasha Hunter. Ramona S. Peters. Antrell Marquist Rainey. Logan Emily Shuttleworth. Sean Joseph Shuttleworth. Tiffany Elizabeth White. Master of Science in Education, Casey Nash Adkerson. Julie C. Bradshaw. Tiffany Ebonique Brown. Thomas David Seipert. Jody Gale Daniel. Jennifer Edwards. Bridget Lagrone Aaron. Jennifer Dawn Gilbert. Canisia Vena Hall. Denisha Shantia Kirby. Mallory Elfie Russell. Bethany K. Smith. Masters of Science in Education, Alicia K. Scott. Megan Justine Williams.
Dr. Celia Taylor, Dean of our Teachers College, Henderson, please come forward to present our Teachers College candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Atkinson. Will the Teachers College, Henderson candidates for the bachelor's degrees please rise? Dr. Jones, on behalf of the faculty of Teachers College, Henderson, I am pleased to recommend these candidates for the Bachelor of Science and the Bachelor of Science in Education degrees. Candidates, please come forward.
Candace Alicia Spears, magna cum laude. Erica L. Stackhouse. Cassidy Dakota Summit. Patsy Jean Turner, cum laude. Christopher Zane Walton. Justin Ryan Washburn, magna cum laude. Sherelle Deanne Winfield. Hannah Brianne Winfield. Bachelor of Science, Teachers College, Andrew Black. Madison Reagan Calvert. Aaron Thomas Cooper. Hannah Lee Dalton. Pfeiffer M. Gleason. Adam Michael Greenfield, cum laude. Alan P. Hall, magna cum laude. Tyler Lee Hill. Christina E. Jackson. Matthew Tran Lim. Jennifer Renee McMahon. Vernon Moody Sr. Terry Don Newen Jr. Jamie Diane Rogers. Chris Adam Rogers. Peg Allen Sutton, cum laude. Darius Devonta Thomas. Nathisha C. Walker. Violet Andrea Williams. Mason R. Williams. Amanda Michelle Woodall. Brittany Cheyenne Massey. Christine Ray Moore. Bachelor of Science in Education, Teachers College, Megan Kelly Archibald, cum laude. Jason Edward Black. Hope Elizabeth Bratton. Randall James Clift. Caleb Daniel Ellison. Cody Dale Fletcher. Aaron Bradley Gagan. Olivia Christine Hatley. Caroline Kelsey Kelly. Curtis Bunyan Lagrone III. Brianna Elaine McDonald. Stephanie Alvarado Montoya. Gregory Wayne Knowles. Blake Taylor Reeve, cum laude. Jace Gavin Salisbury.
Dr. Nathan Campbell, Associate Dean of our School of Business, please come forward to present our School of Business candidates for degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Atkinson. Will the School of Business and Aviation candidates for the bachelor's degrees please rise? Dr. Jones, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Business and Aviation, I am pleased to recommend these candidates for the Bachelor's of Business Administration and Bachelor's of Science degrees. Candidates, please come forward.
Bachelor of Business Administration, Joycey Vanessa Adame Hernandez. Eric F. Adkins. Sarah E. Adkins. Whitney Ayers. Miguel Barragan. Colby Brock, cum laude. Hunter A. Kennedy. Jordan Brian Dominguez. Demetrius Dante Drago. Lakin Michelle Fields. Elliot John Hill. Rebecca Michelle Hauk. David Hurtado. Kayla Marie Johnston. Evan James Lassiter. Cassidy Lane Lawrence. Brandon S. Locke, cum laude. Christopher H. Raybroker. Deborah Jean Arnold Rice. Kristen E. Reisner. Jesse Lee Roberts. Donald R. Shelby III, cum laude. Erica S. Torrance. Victoria Elizabeth Veazey. Bachelor of Science, School of Business, Patrick Cruz Jimenez, cum laude. Austin Taylor Newfer, summa cum laude. Craig M. Narumbo.
President Jones, it's my pleasure as provost of our institution to present these degree candidates to you. Please come forward to confer their degrees.
Will the holders of the specialist and master's degree please stand? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of Henderson State University and by the authority vested in me by the people, the state of Arkansas, and the Board of Trustees of Henderson State University, I confer upon each of you the specialist and master's degree, and I declare you entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations on earning your graduate degree. Please be seated. And now will the holders of all bachelor's and associate degrees please stand. Upon recommendation of the faculty of Henderson State University and by the authority vested in me by the people, the state of Arkansas, and the Board of Trustees of Henderson State University, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's and associate's degree, and I declare you entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. You may move your tassels from right to left to signify that you are now a college graduate. As president of the university, I often have a significant viewpoint of the things that take place, and so I know that there have been many prayers, there have been many dollars spent, there have been many words of encouragement offered, and that was about as weak of a congratulatory applause as I've ever heard for a new graduate. So let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the newest graduates of Henderson State University. to stay up. Again, we extend our deepest congratulations to the newest graduates of Henderson State University. Now I ask that you remain standing for the singing of the alma mater and for the recessional. Once the faculty has recessed, the audience is welcome to join their graduates here on the commencement floor. So again, thank you all for being here today. May God bless you all, and let's join in the singing of the alma mater.